Welcome to this week's spelling. This is Unit 1, Week 3. Make sure that you have your sharpened pencil, your scissors, your words, and your spelling journal. All right, this week we are talking about some different U sounds, so get ready for that. As you know, the first thing we need to do is cut out our spelling words with our handy dandy scissors. And this week with the spelling, there's some different U's in here. They have some funny little symbols by them to tell us the difference, but we're trying to teach you the learning patterns, so this is going to be a little bit different than what we usually will do. You have the U with the long mark, the U with the 2 dots, and this is actually supposed to be the U with 1 dot. So I'm going to pause the video and finish cutting these out. I suggest you do the same. Okay, now that we have them cut out, make sure that you're on a nice clean page, and at the top you write Unit 1, Week 3, in your best handwriting. Make sure you have your sharpened pencil. Also, I want you to write the exemplar with the U long mark, the U, and it has your 2 dots, your U, and it has this dot, and that's what we're basically talking about. There are some oddball words, but we're not going to worry about that. They're very obvious when we talk about the oddball words. But also please put your date here so that we have that. All right, first one that I want to talk about is the long U. Okay, so please follow me and write this down. Okay, the long U is in words like amuse. So let's write amuse down. A-M-U-S-E. It's always good to say the word, then spell the word as you're writing it to get it in your head. Also, this is a long one, so it has the long mark. Amuse. You can hear the U sound in there. Amuse. Now, maybe all of you don't have this same word, but we're talking about the long vowels and you'll understand that. There are a few different lists and we have a few different words, but you're where you're supposed to be. All right, also, what's interesting, when you look this up in a dictionary, it has the U with the 2 dots. So I want you to put that in parentheses so you can see that, because they all fit under the U sound, but they're just used in a slightly different way. Another word that also uses that is mute. Mute. Did you hear the U in there? So let's write that. M-U-T-E. Has the long sound, but it also has, in the dictionary, also has the double dots above it. Okay, also, if you want to write this out to the side, which I'd like you to do, it has the vowel, consonant, vowel. The vowel consonant E, I should say. Let me write that again. I'm sorry. I said it, but I didn't do it. So I have the vowel consonant E. So put that in parentheses. Vowel consonant E. Vowel consonant E. There's a few more words that I'd like you to try and find with the vowel consonant E in it and write those down. There are a couple of words that we're going to put under this column, the U with the 2 dots, but they are spelled also with a vowel consonant E, but they are spelled with an O. So prove, it says ooh, prove, so prove. But it fits under the U sound of ooh, okay? So prove. All right, another one that we see under there that fits under the same U is lose. So we have to, because it sounds like a U, lose. So we have to be aware of those different vowel sounds in these words when you're spelling this. It has this sound, but it's spelled with the O. Okay? There are a couple other ones that also fit under the U with the double dots, but I want you to write down below it. Let's go down just a little way. Oh, let's go to the side. We can just go to the side. Okay? It's a consonant vowel, but it has the EW. Okay? But it also fits under the U if you look when you look it up in the dictionary. So it says ooh, but it's few. So it's the ooh. With this, the W acts as a double vowel. That's why it looks like consonant vowel vowel, because the W acts like a vowel, so on the end you hear the ooh. So few. And then there's another one, view. Does the EW the same way. View. And so it fits under, when you look it up in the dictionary, it will also have this sound of U. Okay? All right. Okay, we can fit another one on here. If you're writing neatly and small, you can fit all these on here that I am fitting on here. The other one that I want you to look at is the U with the dot. When you look at your spelling words, it has a circle. So it looks like this. I just filled that little circle in because it's supposed to only be one dot. When you look at it in the dictionary, it's just one dot. But the words that go with that is it's actually also the long U sound. Well, I don't need to write the word long. You don't need to write the word long. What I want you to do is just put a U with a long mark. That's the long mark symbol over the U. But this is spelled with a double O. So this says Okay, so under this one, I want you to write crooks. Crooks. So it's spelled with the double O's, but it has the dot above it when you look it up in the dictionary for the pronunciation. So it's a long U sound, just like the rest of these, but there's a few different long U sounds. Also, if we look at hoof, okay, H-O-O-F. There's the double O again, and so that's Now remember, I want you to find other words in your list that fit under this same sound, the same spelling pattern. Okay? I tried to find the same spelling pattern so you would understand it a little bit better and try and put words together, even though some of them fit under the same symbol. There are other words, but if you look at patterns, it will help you spell those words. Okay, another one that we're going to look at is the long U sound. It's another long U sound, but in the dictionary when you look it up, it's this, but it's also the long U sound. Okay, but it's with the long U sound, it's also got the double O's again, but it's a different double O than this one. This says and this one is going to say ooh. Okay, so it's a little different. This one says with the one dot, and this one says ooh like the EW does, but it's with the double O's. Okay, so we have booth, B-O-O-T-H, that has that spelling under there, the pronunciation. Remember, this is the pronunciation, the sound, the pronunciation that you'll find in the dictionary. But you have to remember it's a long U sound, but it's spelled with those double O's. Okay, so it's ooh. All right, let's look at another word. Here's an interesting word, bamboo. So we look at the end of bamboo, B-A-M-B-O-O. B-A-M-B-O-O, bamboo. So can you see the difference between this U and this U? And oo. And this has one dot and this has two. But I want you to remember the sounds that go together, the spellings that go together, so you know that it's still a double O sound. Okay, I'm going to do one. Well, I won't do one more. Hang on. I forgot to tell you one more thing. On this one, there's also the pattern of the consonant, vowel, vowel, consonant, which is the consonant, vowel, vowel, consonant. Consonant, vowel, vowel, but there's no consonant on the end, but it still goes the same way, as in doom, D-O-O-M, you have the consonant, vowel, vowel, consonant. This is just, if we said bamboos and put an S on it, it would follow that rule. So you have to remember that. The other one, it's kind of another spelling with the oo sound, is bruise. It's the same thing. It fits under here, but it has a UI. But it's still the consonant, vowel, vowel, consonant with this type of U. So bruise would actually fit under this one also, because you have the consonant, consonant, the consonant, vowel, vowel, consonant, but it's spelled with the UI. So there's lots of different ones out there, but this one follows the same rule here. So this says oo, booth, and this says oo, brew, ooze, bruise, booth. So you just have to be very careful, and this is just a harder lesson, and you're going to have to really work on these patterns in order to get this. We also have the other words like tuna, T-U-N-A, and that sounds like the double O when you say it, but it's spelled with the U. So these are a little confusing this week, but just look at your words and see if you can come up with the rest of them under there. And then we have the oddball words. Since we have more room left on this page, you might want to make sure you scoot these down so you can have more room up here to write your words. But you have your oddball words, and they're very obvious this week because they don't have any of these that even come close, like theme and coach. So you can find your other oddball words. They're very obvious this week. But the three different U's that we have are, a little confusing, but just work hard and see what words fit together under the same thing. Another one that goes with tuna, I should have put another one, is duty, because duty also has the oo, tuna, duty. So it has the oo, the double O. So do your very best. You may have questions when you get back to school. Go ahead and see if we can't help you with those. Please make sure you ask your language arts teacher if you have questions with this. It's not the easiest unit this week, but I know you can do it. Just do a little studying and work with your words. Good luck, get done, and we'll see you at school.